This week on the show, we're featuring Amazonite, 18 jokes, an update on Tup That Ruby, and Jacob tries to read.
Oh, please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh, honey, though our friendship ceases from now on. And if you can't say anything real nice, it's better not to talk at all, it's my advice. You go your way, I'll go mine, it's best we do. Here's a kiss, I hope that this brings lots of luck to you. So it makes no difference how I carry on. Oh, please don't talk about me when I'm gone. You go your way, I'll go mine. It's best we do. Here's a kiss, I hope that this brings lots of luck to you. So it makes no difference how I carry on. Remember, please don't talk about me when I'm gone.
Hello, welcome to the show. Glad you could make it. And this week we're going to go ahead and get the footage going. If I can fire it up, there we go. We got us a crystal. This is an Amazonite crystal. It's the stone of the week. And I'm covering up the stone of the weak part. Oh yeah, we had some resolutionary changes. Resolutionary. We really need to change some things for the show. We're coming up on the end of Season 2. We're going to be getting into Season 3. Thought about making a few changes to the show for Season 3. You may have noticed the intro. Christina seems to have noticed it. I've been watching different shows and such, like the Red Green Show and Jack Benny program, and I'm probably gonna forget, so I better mention it while I'm thinking of it. I'm gonna be on this show as a guest to the show Two Non-Doctors, so I'm gonna show you a little bit about that. I've been talking about it, but like mostly about the jokes and all that. Whoa, I thought I was moving the table, but I'm moving the camera. I bumped the camera. This is kind of a short stone. I really didn't have a lot of time to finish anything this week, and I don't have a lot of stuff on the works. I did, however, take the time to use the saw, so I'm going to run through some saw footage and show you that ruby, and I'll give you a little bit of preview to what we might be working on in the upcoming future. Possibly some lemon citrine, maybe a little sunstone funyo, and possibly some rose. I did split a whole bunch of peridot. Thought amethyst was only purple. Christina, this is Amazonite. And I totally did not change the name of it, did I? God darn. And I like that card, too. And I blasted the internet with that card. Yes! Thank you for bringing that up, Christina. I really appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and try and fix that in live time. I'll even give you a preview into this extra frosty mug of Go Bears juice. Yeah, look at how frosty that thing is. I waited until the very last minute. I scooted up to this chair with my socks sliding on the floor because I wanted to make it before the end of the song. I did, but I was adjusting my thing and I didn't have my hand on the mic, so actually I didn't make it. I was a couple seconds away. Whoa, what happened with that? Let's see if we can fix this card in real time. Christina and Colette, thank you for coming to the show, and thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. I think we can fix it. I'll even go ahead and show you how I do it. If I can manage anything at all. Desktop? Yeah, we'll just give her the old double click. Open it right up in our faces. I don't know if I turn blue, but probably sort of bluish yellowish. Good enough. Well done. We're getting the show done. How are you this week? I am so glad y'all made it. That is great. And my favorite peoples are here. That's so cool too. I mean, I like it when people come by. I like it when new people come by. I really like it when I got some people who I know, who I can chat with. And I really wish I had more to say to you, but I'm kind of trying to do 3 things at once. Why am I still holding this Mountain Dew but I didn't take a drink? Because of the frost level on top. It's so frosty. It's like, what am I gonna drink? The frost? Let's go ahead and poke my old lips down in there like an icebreaker. Yeah, it worked. That was fantastic. It was amazing. Just like this amazing screw up. Sheesh. Can you believe I did that? Because I can't. I can believe it with extra believe in it sauce. Okay, there we go. That's how we do it. We have to have it up. Then we can use it. First, put it up. Then you can click on it. Still not giving it to me. And when we're, there we go, done. And now we gotta show it to you. Right, size constraints. A lot of this stone I think we lost it. I think we lost it. I think I lost it. It's gone. I don't know where it is. It flew off the edge of the screen. It's like it's trying to... We're just gonna remove it. We're deleting it. Yep. Okay, window capture 1, you're gone. You are so gone. We're gonna make a new one. Gone. Let's see, new, source, and the windward text. Done. That's what I was talking about with the resolution settings. Oh my word. So much resolution. That's this new video card. I went ahead, I modified my computer case. There we go. And I installed the new video card. And I'm happy with it. It's satisfactory. It's an RX 5700 XT. It's the XFX version. I'm not very satisfied with that, because if I try to game, it turns on those fans, and those fans are so loud they make me want to replace them. Which, I mean, in that sense, it would have been worth it to pay the extra, 10%, the other $40 for a card that has a different cooler on it. Because all video cards are made by the same two companies, but then other companies will put a different cooler on it and flash something in. So we were trying to change this card in real time. Okay, amethyst. There we go. It does say amethyst, doesn't it? Dag Nabmotron. Latrine. Like a latrine. There we go. Great. Alright, so now that's with Word, and then we click out in the nowhere so that the cursor flashes and nothing's highlighted, and we wait for the cursor to not flash, and we go print screen. We got it. Snag. And Windows key P for paint. Open paint. Paste. Alt F4 to save as PNG. Ametrine card underscore 1A to desktop. Close, because we're done with that. Yes, we do want to save those changes. Then what we do is we open the now desktoped picture with Microsoft Picture Editor. I don't know why I'm telling you this, because honestly, this software is so outdated. Ooh, there's got to be a joke in there. Outdated. So maybe something along the lines of, why don't I date anymore? Because I tried competing and I became outdated. I tried competing for love, but I got outdated. But I just got to... But I wound up being outdated. Yeah, there's something in there. Let's write that one down. Let's see. I tried to compete for love, but I wound up being outdated. There you go. Another joke for the show. 19 jokes on the show. Welcome to the thing that you will regret later. This is the portion where Jacob predicts the future. And that's the Ametrine card. Great, we got it. Did I show that? I was trying to show that. I don't think we did. So instead, what we're going to do is show where I have this messed up one, and I change it to the new one. All I did really was crop it. I screenshotted Word, and then I cropped it, and there we go. Finally. Yay! Yay! That thing. There. Where it says it. Whee! Ah, I'm floating. Okay. Done.
The pizza got bigger.
Where's Mr. Sparkslot at? He used to have some pizza and he would make it float around. It's like the pizza got, and then you could eat it. I don't know what I'm talking about. And to make things worse, the chatbot would not connect. The streamer is not connect. Okay. I even tried to generate the token for the streamer and the YouTube bot. Not sure. Thought about looking into it, but I figured that'd probably take another 30 minutes away before we got to the actual show. And now we're switching out plates. Amazonite is it's a really flaky stone, depending on how much crystal you have, or I have, or is being worked with. Man, that is a hairy arm. Dude, you got hair all over your arm. It's like weird. Are you turning into the Wolfman? Are you cutting these by the light of the full moon? Are you cutting these by the light of a mirror that is showing off a moon? That is not a joke. Let's see. We were talking about ametrine. Right, okay. So ametrine, that's not what it is. Why did I call it ametrine? Dagnabbit, why I can't do anything while I'm live? Sheesh. Where was I? Definitely not here. Definitely not part of the definitely not being part of the show. Alright, we're gonna do this again, folks. And we're actually gonna do it right this time. Hey, so there you go. You got it. You got it right back up. We're gonna fix it. Gee whiz. Alright, edit text. What are we cutting this week? Amazonite. Amazonite is what we're shaping. Sheesh. Alright, print screen, open paint, and paste. And then we close paint. Ametrine card 1A. Yes, we want to replace it. Yes, we want to save the changes. Oh wow, it bugged out. Oh, that's what happened. I saved it as. Okay, so now you can see the picture that it is. And then I'm going to go ahead and crop that. So that's what we have right now. I'm just going to crop out the edges. Just a little snip snip. A little chop chop. A little snippy chop. Choppy snip chop. Alright. I swear I cannot do two things at once when I'm live. Or any other time. There. Done. Done. We got it. Okay, it's right onto the edge. We got the top, we got the right, we got the left, we got the bottom. Those are the sides we have to concern ourselves with. Do we really have to concern ourselves with those? Amazonite. Done. There we go. At last, it's working. Alright, why is it punking around like that? It's like the mouse is wigging. Alright, so that is our Amazonite card. Amazonite is a really touchy stone. Amazonite is a cross between quartz and turquoise. You may notice it has a lot of white specks in it and a lot of little pockets. It's very, I mean, it's supposed to be a quartz, but it's very feldspar-y in the way that it's like layered. It has a lot of layers that will just like chip and crack out. Oh, it's annoying. I keep telling myself that, well, we could always just fill it with some stuff, and it makes for a beautiful piece. I mean, it's such a nice chunk. Maybe I should show it in the Roctal Cam. Or the, dang it, Benny. The microscope cam. The microscope cam. Let's get that powered up. Boom, ba-da-doom. Where is the camera? I need the camera. There's the camera. Doodle-doodle-doo, boom, boom. Doodle-doodle-doo, boom, boom, boom. Okay, window capture. And this time we're gonna capture the smart cam. Done. Is that it? Are we done with we're done, right? We're done showing the... That's it? That's not it. That can't be the whole size of it. Come on now. It is too. That's so weird. Why is it... Actually, I think that, yep, that's the end of the video. So, before we move on with our failure of the microscope cam, I'm going to go ahead and show you the next video. Because, like I say, I don't have a lot of video this week. It's going to be a very short show. But we can probably show you some things. Do 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 do. Yep, this is the rest of it. Okay, great. And then before, like, after this, I'll show you the update on Tup That Ruby, and then I'll tell the jokes, and then we'll have the wrap out with the saw footage preview for next week. How's that sound? Because this is not that long of a... Dang, this is a 28-minute video. This is not that long. There is no way I can carry on for 28 minutes, folks. We may fast forward through a little bit of this. Streamlabs is sleeping. Yeah, that was the thing I was saying, is that my chatbot won't work. I can't get it to log on. Yeah, let's close out the chatbot and we'll open it one more time. Which really sucks because you guys aren't getting your gems. But that's okay. Today, this is a pretty slow show this week. It's a pretty relaxed show. It's, you know, it's kind of, we're getting into fall. Last week was a terrible show because of the network problems. So we'll just kind of ease on into this week and we'll have a nice little slow show. Just couple of stones that we get ground out. Couple of jokes we're gonna tell, and a little bit of this Mountain Dew we're gonna drink. Remember, number 1. Wow. Yeah. That was just too tasty. I wanted too much at once. So I opened it back up. I hit connect. You cannot... Okay, now it says something about how it needs to generate the token again. Because now the token's blank. I guess it's having problems with generating the token. And then we did that. We can close the tab. Connect. Connected. Connecting the bot. Alright, now you can try it. There you go. A little bit of chatbot fun for you. Oh yeah. Let's see. iBeam. Did we put this back in? I don't remember, but there it is. A little bit of chatbot for you. Let's see. We'll pull up the StreamYards thing. See if we can open up the smart camera window. Capture method, automagic, done, showing, and that's weird. Why is it all like in a little box? Dude, why does it keep jumping around on me? This is making it difficult. Every time I click on it, it gets really huge. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and move the camera over. Actually, it's like the software is not built for this resolution. I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and change the window capture method to Windows graphics capture? Yeah, that seems to help. There. Alright. And we'll slide the settings down, because nobody cares about that. And we'll pull the dust cover off. Beep! And who do we got? The Mr. Sparks-a-Lot sticker. That's just where I store it, folks. I store it there, and there it is. Really? Nothing? It's not even updated. Is it bugging out? Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's like it's wigging out or something. I'm going to try and close it and reopen it. Nothing like a show with technical difficulties to kind of start off the week. Now, what happens if we move? Okay, there, it's responsive. We like responsive. Responsibility. That's what we like. And now it's bugging again. Wonder why it's wigging out like that. Let's try and go over to... No, not the endoscope. USB camera. Yeah, well, if we relaunch it, that... Oh, the camera's wigging out. Wow, it's like the actual camera is bugging out. Let's shut it off. And try to turn it back on. Okay, so there we go. Now we've got responsiveness for a couple of seconds. So let's go ahead and I'll disable it for a moment. Put the gem under the cam and then we'll re-enable it. That's way out of focus, isn't it? Let's see, is it too close? Too far away? There you go. And give you an idea of the close-up of the stone. So eating it down with finer and finer grits will help get rid of the pits, but it won't actually get rid of them completely. It'll just kind of smooth them over. A lot of the stuff, the white stuff that's in there is powdery, and it just dissolves right out of there. It just kind of falls right out of the cracks. See this corner up here? This is a damaged piece. It's so sedimentary. It's all, like I say, it's almost like it has to be filled with a glue. And I mean that's kind of okay because turquoise is filled. It's actually, if you have a piece of turquoise jewelry, not just like a decorative piece of turquoise, but a piece of turquoise jewelry, and it's not filled, it's not worth as much as a piece that is filled, because the filled piece will last longer, it's more durable, and it won't absorb oils, it won't lose its color, which is a problem that happens with turquoise. Makes me wonder if Amazonite loses its color. I think this is kind of dirty. I think if I clean it up it might be a little bit more bleachy. It's a nice stone though. I really like the overall pattern and the color of it that comes out. It's something I appreciate. 2, 4, 6, 8. Appreciate. Okay, so let's I'll show you a couple of pieces that I cut in preparation for the week. See if I can get the focus. Ooh, we can. Look at that. We actually can focus this camera unlike the webcam. Can't focus the webcam. It's a manual, one time only. So, here's a piece of amethyst, Christine. Do you like this one? What do you think about this one, Colette? This is what I was thinking about working with. Call it. And Christine. And my dirty thumb fingernail. That's a pinky. That's my pinky nail. It's my blackie nail because it's all covered with crud. But you see the stripe, and then there's that clear area, the dark color and the light color. That's the color splay in the stone. So the idea is we can't just call this a table. And this is a natural surface too. I didn't flatten that out. This actually is the point. That's the tip. I didn't do anything with this stone yet. That's the part inside of the geode. That's the pointy point. Hey, cheers, Ron. Crack a cold butter beer for Ron Weasley's here. Alright, the camera bugged out again, but basically that's a piece of amethyst that I'm thinking about working with. And shoot, if I could hold it upside down to show you the point, but we're gonna try and collapse the camera out again and see if it'll load up for us. Alright, USB cam. Alright, there it is. Alright, so now I flipped it over. See how purple it is? It's nice and purpley. There's a fairly even amount of purple like that. And it's a good blue purple too. So I'm thinking that's how we're going to shape it. This will probably be the top of the stone, so that we can get that blue purple to come through. Yep. And then I'll go ahead and roll it over so you can see. That's the top. And that point, that's the crystal point right there, that lit up thing. These are all natural facets. So like I say, if I flip this upside down, we can get a pretty nice purple out of that. I don't know. It depends on how many problems there are as we work with it. And you know, there's other ways that we could do it to keep it bigger, but would it be, you know, gorgeous, which is what we're going for. So that one will probably be a feature in a few weeks. We'll be doing a little bit with that. Was on the phone and was watching. Oh, Ron, you're too cool, man. It's good to see you. When are you gonna live stream? I would totally go to a Ron Weasley live stream. Okay, so this is really big and it's not all going to come through. It's a piece of lemon citrine, but notice the flare that comes through. Not the white, but the yellow. That goldy yellow, that bright stripe in the back. That's what we're going to harvest out of this, is that bright yellow. That's the color of yellow that we'll be able to get out of this thing. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Bling! So here's the stripe in the back. That's the window, but the yellow on the sides, that's what we're going to be able to get out of this. Look at that thing. It's a big old eyeball gem. Big old, you could be like, yep, I don't have an eye, I just have a gem. Yep, it's a gem. Eyeballs are gems though, aren't they? Blessings to those who can use them. Then this will be another gem. I'm thinking about like that. There's your basic shape. And we'll just kind of make it, you know, tall ways that way. And trim off some of the extra to kind of share it. Because there's a lot of cleanliness in here. And when I cut these two apart, there were cracks. Like here and up here that I had to cut through to get rid of. So it turned out that way. It was really kind of like separating the crystals into their proportionate gem pieces. I see the yellow. I was on Second Star the other night. Oh, far out. Man, Ron is a worldly YouTuber. He really gets out and he knows a lot of different people on the YouTubes. He gets out more than I do. Going out and meeting people and stuff. And here's a little bit of sunstone. Put this in the saw. This is a nice, big, thick piece. I think this is pretty clean. I'm not 100%, especially after I drop it. I'm not 100% on whether or not this is, like, you know, real clean. or maybe there's like a split or something in it, but let me give you an example. This piece has so many cracks in it that it's gonna make like 8 pieces or 10 pieces. So for this one to have no cracks and be a solid, I mean, it looks like there's some stuff, but that's because I cut it big and then we grind that down. And this is a saw mark, so that's not really a concern. It's just so clean on the inside, and then this one has crack. Let me see if I can put a light on it so you can get it, or well, maybe we can get the camera to fire up again. Doo-doo-doo-doo. And doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. There we go. So we got a big one, and we got a little one. Let's see, is the little one's cracks gonna come through? And not necessarily coming through. But yeah, that top part, yeah, now it's bugging out. Okay. I think if I can get this to show. Switch to the Logitech. We'll switch back to the wrong one because we clicked too far. Okay. And it's not. Okay, but basically this top little, like how it's a different color on this top part than this next part. Top part, next part, top part, next part. Then like this line right here, that's a crack, and it you know, it goes up and across through here. There you go. You can see that line goes that direction, and it also goes this direction here. Yeah, that line goes across this way and across that way, and then there's some other cracks across this way. Like I say, this thing's gonna be like 8 pieces, and this thing is looking pretty nice, pretty nasty. It's a nice piece. There's the saw I was talking about, saw mark. There's the saw mark. Oh, that gives you an idea of the depth of the saw blade. There's the kerf. Nice thin little kerf, am I right? It's a thin little gem blade. Cheaper than most tile saw blades. Almost like half the price. Yeah, that was great. Hey, Chris the Phenomenon's here. Christina, did you hack Jacob's camera yet? And YouTube administrator says, yeah. Why would my bot plot? I guess that makes too much sense. I'll just kind of cut this little show and tell short since the camera's bugging out on us. But this is a piece of rose quartz. See, notice how you can see the graph under it? It's a nice big clean piece. Not all of this. It's got problems over here, but I'm thinking this piece that you see right now is going to be a nice big thick solid piece of rose quartz. Look at the size of that. It's like a big hunka chunka. Something delicious I'd chew on, right? There's a couple other pieces of rose quartz that we're going to be getting through. See if I can get the camera to fire up one more time for good old time's sake. I don't think it likes the new. Yeah, we're gonna have to re-download it, aren't we? It doesn't like the new video card. Alright, so this looks like a pretty clean piece in here, and yeah, that's a crack. We're gonna separate it into 2 pieces, and that's a little piece of lint, so we're gonna go ahead and wipe that off there. And there's the basic gem. But the thing is, it's so thin, not sure what's going to happen with it. So stay tuned. We'll see the progress of that one. This one has just cracks inside of it. It's going to fall apart as I cut through it. Yeah, see all those cracks and splays and the sandwiching. Yep. And then the last thing I'm going to show you with the micro cam is something that we put into the saw. Pair it up. Let me draw you in with this big clean piece that's so beautiful and I love so much. Look at the size of it. It's so big.
Whoa, man, it's so huge.
Yep, nice big clean piece. Pretty clean. We're gonna be getting into that. I got a couple others that I think are clean, like this one. This is a pretty good size piece, and you can see I sawed it there. You can seesaw. I seesaw, see? Look at the color of it though. I mean, that's got a nice color. And I'm thinking that it's clean. It looks pretty vitreous in there. Yeah. I'm excited about this piece. So we're going to be getting into this piece soon too, as well as a few other pieces of peridot. Usually, just to give you an idea, this is about how big the clean spots are, and even this piece has a speck in it. So to go ahead and have a piece that size and be beautiful, that's exciting. It's exciting. I'm excited. Sweet color of green. You talking about the amethyst, ametrine, amazonite up in the corner? Because that's what I called it, apparently. Man, that was a good catch, Christina. Great job on that one. No kidding. Alright, so that is the basic gist of this stone, amazonite. I want to feature some more of it. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to finish out the next few pieces. I have a couple other pieces. I just dropped the controller thing. I should have put that away, but I'm too busy doing other things, trying to get ready for the show on time, and then the chat bot messed up. Can you believe all that? Who does that, right? Camera's over here, Jake. Gonna show it right now. So this is a little wafer of amazonite. It's pretty sturdy. It's a pretty sturdy wafer is the thing. You know, I was talking about how they crack out and stuff. Yep, not breaking for me. Still smells a little bit like vanilla. This is the piece that we actually put a little bit of vanilla oil on, and we were trying to see how long it would take to soak in, how long it would smell, and whether or not it could be washed out. And so far so good. So that kind of worked out with that piece of amazonite. Oh man, I should show you guys the belt buckle. I wonder if I can... Was there an extra stone in the box? Hey, Ron. Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you about that. So, Ron, you finally got your package. That's great news. You got your plant food, and you got the blue gem I was sending you, the blue aventurine. And also, I put one of those amethyst points in there, that striped amethyst. And I was like, wait, did I already send Ron a striped amethyst? So maybe you have two of them, or maybe not. Cause I don't know, but I was like, yeah, that we gotta send Ron one of those, cause it's kind of obelisk-y. It's a point. You know, you open up the geode and it's got all the points in there. That's one of the. It's a bigger geode, and that's one of the points. There you go. Enjoy, man. Let me go get that amazonite belt buckle. I think you guys are gonna like it, and it's one of my favorite pieces of amazonite. Okay, I made it. I made it back. I'm here. Click. There we go. Alright. Beltabacala. La amateur. Amids. And. Shh. Amazonite mask. Hum, 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 hum. Looks like a giant tooth, doesn't it? Hi guys. You guys want to go build a dam? No, 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 no. Then there's also this piece. I don't know what I'm doing with this piece yet. But remember I was talking about it's like quartz and turquoise too, but it's all like layery, like feldspar is kinda. So I got like this layer to deal with, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and try and shave that off. And it comes like it comes around, and then it like disappears, and then it comes back through over here and kind of disappears through this area. So it's like it doesn't really meet up, and it's hard to tell how much meat there is in the middle. No, but I was looking for one. Yeah, Ron, if you were looking for one, man, all you had to do is ask, man. Hold on, I got multiple cameras. Yeah, look, okay, look, see, there it is, right there. Now you don't have to look for one, 'cause you found one right there on your own screen. Probably not what you were talking about, right? Oh, there's one other piece of Amazonite I gotta show you. Because when I get this stuff, it's usually a slab, like this, a slab, and then I, whatever it is, I shape it. It's usually like something like this, and I got this piece, it was big, and I think I cut a corner off of it, and I need to get out the micrometer to actually straighten it up, but I was like, man, that would make a really cool belt buckle, you know what I'm saying? It's heavy, though. That's the thing. As far as heaviness goes, let's go ahead and throw it on the scale. We like numbers, don't we? Hashtag math. We don't like speaking, but we do it anyway. I have a mic. I was actually looking at buying a new microphone. What do you all think? 67.8 grams. 710. 68 point, I forgot, grams. 67.8 grams times 5. So we could times it by 10 and then divide it by 2. I usually find that easier. 67.8. So 678 divided by 2 is going to be 335 and 4. 339 carats. This is a 339 carat Amazonite, baby. Blam! You could make a crown jewel thing out of it, like protection for my forehead. Which, interesting story for those who don't know. The British crown, like there's like 9 different British crowns, and I have one more piece of Amazonite I'm going to show you. Is that really the end of the video? I did blather on for 28 minutes. Holy fritoles. So the British crown, right, it's got this big old diamond in the front of it, but up here it's got like this ruby, and it's actually not a ruby, it's a spinel. Whole big long story. The short story is there's like a slice in it, like a chip taken out of it. And now thinking, who would put that chip in that stone? Who would do that? Like, what jeweler would actually do that? Now the story goes that there was a guy, like a king or prince or whatever level he was wearing the crown, had the stone in it, and he fell in battle, and somebody swung a battle axe at his head, and that stone stopped the battle axe. Which is totally believable, right? Because somebody's like, rah, in the battle axe, and they were probably coming down right there, and that stone's going to be harder than any kind of metal they had at the time. and so it you know, the stone would deflect the blade, and it saved his life, and he wound up, you know, stabbing the guy. Yeah, it's totally a crazy thing. Sort of like how this piece of Amazonite right here looks like an ice cream cone. Let's fire up the microscope cam so you all can see that. But I'm also going to start the saw footage because there's a little bit of it. I'm going to start the pre-saw footage, and then I'll play the ruby saw footage for Tup That Ruby. Then we'll do the jokes and we'll get you all on your way. So that's basically the stuff that I showed you before I cut it apart. When dough capture, like that dough of the donut. Switching to USB cam. Alright, let's get this peridot out of the way. Here is the... And that happened. It froze up. But anyway, that is the ice cream Amazonite piece that I have. And somebody came in, and I can't see who it is right now. Hooray! Ice cream cone shaped Amazonite. No, this camera has not been friendly. It must have something to do with K-Lite and the camera and the new video card. I'm gonna have to download the new camera software. So basically this white stuff on top is really soft. So I'm gonna have to like glue it, but I wanted to show you the side view of the piece while I can. So there we go. We got a little bit of Amazonite ice cream cone going on. I'm gonna actually try and save that piece as an ice cream cone. I wanted to kind of cut it into two and then, you know, make a pair of earrings or something like that out of it, but I don't think with as soft as that white part is that I'm gonna actually be able to do that. So we'll have to see how that stone turns out when I actually come up with an idea of how to finish it out. But that's our Amazonite for this week. And that's me trying to talk and think at the same time for this week. I'm so glad y'all came by. Hey, you know what I'm going to do? Is before I show you what's up with that ruby, I'm going to show you the thing. We'll cut down the saw just a little bit there. Don't want it to be too loud. I hope this saw angle works. Let me know how the audio is. Chicha made it. Hey, Chicha, alright. Hey, Chicha, check this out. So, I cut the gems, right? And I listen to, you know, podcasts, and I listen to comedy, and I came across, you know, some different hour-long comedy specials, and I came across this one gal who I've been talking about, like, for the Zoom diner during the joke portion, and she does this podcast, and it's an hour-long podcast, so I've been listening to these podcasts, and I was talking, and, let's see, how did that go again? Because, yeah, we didn't cut the Amazonite on this saw. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the lemon citrine piece, and the sunstone, and the rose quartz I just showed. Okay, but, oh wait, gotta do the dust cap. The dust cap, I gotta put the dust cap back on, otherwise I'll forget. And it'll be like a day, and then I'll be throwing dust on the microscope cam. Anyway, I was listening to this Two Non-Doctors podcast, and I was like, oh, this is really cool, and you can sign up to be a guest on their show. So I was like, I can grow, I can try to be a guest on the show, and it's a really cool show, because what they do is they'll Google things, and then they talk about it, and then they joke about it. Isn't that a great show? It's a great format, and they go good together. They bounce off each other. So I signed up to be on the show, and they sent me an invite to, like, all right, let's go ahead and set it up. So apparently I'm gonna try and record it this week, and then when it comes out, I'll go ahead and show y'all. Let's see if I can show you basically what I'm talking about. Because it's a YouTube channel. Let's see. Do Doctors YouTube channel. Okay. So, where is the thing? Window capture. Let's see if we can pull it up. Pulling it up. You gotta pull it up. You gotta pull it up to make it happen. Oh wow. It is really big. Let's see if I can actually shrink it down. And we're not gonna lose it like we did last time, because yeah, I lost a couple of things. Just trying to adjust them. Just trying to adjust them. Okay, so anyway, this is a show, and they Google things, and they, like, about so many minutes in, they'll have a guest, and the guest will do a Google. So actually, why don't you give me some suggestions, because I have an idea of what I want to Google, and I'm not going to spoil it, but give me some suggestions for what I should Google, and it has to be body health and or wellness related. So that's what we're going to do, is I'm going to be a guest Googler on their show. So I think that'll be kind of fun. We'll see how that goes this week. I hope I can be funny, because y'all know how funny I am not. Which reminds me, we're getting close to the joke portion. However, we can't do the joke portion of the program until I actually give you a complete update on... You can click faster, Jacob, so that you can let people know. Up that ruby. Now I gotta blow it up a little bit. Alright, there we go. Yeah, up that ruby. So, up that ruby. Let's show you the soft... Oh, I closed it. Who does that? Jacob. I need a producer, or I need to be a producer while somebody else hosts the show. 710, do you want to host the show? Actually, Chicha would do a great job hosting the show. You gotta check out Chicha's lives. She hosts a good show. Crystal Healing. Jeanette Korzenko made it. They Google things. Yes, they do, Jeanette. That's what they talk about, how the Google information is unreliable, but they do it anyway. They do it as a service for all. I see is amethyst. Oh, Jeanette. It was supposed to say ametrine. Christina caught that. Look at those sparks. Look at the sparks coming off of that ruby. Isn't that kind of crazy? I thought I had it here, but actually it must be over in the lab. We cut it into two pieces there. This is what I did with the ruby. We cut it into two pieces. I'm going to shape one up. And yeah, that little one that I'm holding, I'm going to shape that with the hand grinder. And then that other one, I'm going to kind of polish it up a little bit. So that, yeah, I was trying to flatten it out so I can polish it up so we can see a little deeper. And now we'll have two edges, and we can shine a light through one to look through the other to see where the cracks are. And then we'll know if we're cutting apart a big solid chunk. Because, I mean, whatever it is, I don't want to cut a big solid part of it apart, you know. I want to get down in there and take a look at it. So when we can shine the light through, we can see where the cracks are and kind of get an idea of how we're going to cut at it from the saw to cut a little deeper and kind of get a nice C-section of the two halves of it. That's the plan. We kind of make a pair of windows and get in there. And it is very unreliable. Look up and look down and no left to right, and they will say they are all alive. Yeah, that's the thing, Jeanette, is that the internet is very, very handy, but it's like any tool. It's only as good as the person who uses it. What do you think about this hair and how I'm using it? Oh man, that's like totally a thing, and it just like, yep, woke up that way. I was like, no, we're gonna leave that for the show. I threw on a shirt and it was still there after the show. Can you believe that? Oh, that's it for the ruby. We gotta go ahead and get ready for the joke portion of the program. Honestly, I don't have much this week. Yeah, I don't know why. Just did not have much this week. I think next week might be a better week. It all depends on how busy I am. I think usually when I'm a little busier, I get more jokes written. But if I'm too busy, then I don't get enough jokes written. So let's go ahead and we'll click. Wait, how many of these things do we have to click? All of them. We're clicking all of them. Click all the things. Image? What image? This image? Probably. That's ideal. Oh, yeah, before I forget, because I always try to say this and it never comes out right. If you have some, like, doesn't work if I say it at the end of the show either. If you have something you want to promote, if you go live and I'm not, like, I don't go to your live, tell me. Call me out on it. Tell me, let me know. That way I know to kind of look for it. So I know to be ready, and I'll go to your live stream. I'll try and chat. Depends on how awake I am as to the quality of my chatmanship. But I will try my best. I like to support my chatters with my chatters. I am such a chatterer. When I cannot do one thing at once. Okay, it's happening. We're gonna get to this joke portion thing. If I can get to the... We were just at the desktop. Why is it not at the okay, there we go. And it's time for the joke portion of the program. What do I have this week? Jeanette, it better work. I think you got to do it all in one word, though. Trendy Club. There you go. Or maybe like this. There we go. There you go. Welcome all to the Trendy Club for the joke portion of the program. I'm going to try and entertain you with what little I wrote down this week. I didn't put a lot of effort into it. I never do. But I did put enough effort forward to try and write them down so I don't forget them all. What did the drag racing priest say? Hold on to your handbags. We're about to hallelujah. Oh, Jeanette, I forgot to start out the show with the joke, didn't I? I started out the joke by telling people what's up. But after the song, I'm supposed to have the joke part. Boy, that would have been a good one for the joke part. What did the drag racing priest say? Hold on to your handbags. We're about to hallelujah. Okay, so we'll try a couple other ones. I tried to compete for love, but I wound up being outdated. Oh yeah, that one we wrote earlier. That one, I like that one. That was a great one. Okay, what did the watchmaker say? I'll be watching you. He'll be giving you watches and pocket watch. Yeah, he'll be watching. And what did the truck driver say? This trip is rigged. Because he was driving a rig. It's really... I didn't work very hard at these. I think I'm getting stupider, which means it's time to buy a bigger helmet. What kind of beer do Catholics drink? Hallelujah. I should have told that one a little earlier. Gromy's Homies actually mentioned that earlier on the updating the website portion of the YouTube administrator program. What kind of beer do Catholics drink? Hallelujah. That one goes well with the first one. Anyway, kind of the same word. It's not even a Catholic one, because hallelujah is actually a Jewish word. It just means praise the Lord. Let's see, where were we? What did the person scrolling through the internet say? Give me more. Because I want more. Give me more internet. What do you call an animal that makes soup? A marsupial. That just seems like I didn't try hard enough. Next week, what do you get when you press harsh meds? Harshish. That's for Gromies. And for Michigan Native, and for Chris the Phenomenon, and all you great growers out there. I think when I think of a grow thing, I think of Gromies, because it's in the name, you know. It's totally in the name. And Twisted, he comes by the program. Weed Eaters. Let's see. That's more of a note, isn't it? Weed Eaters. How many? Okay, so Weed eaters. Isn't that the best invention in the world, being able to bang the string trimmer to get that quick release string out? You just bang it on the ground when you want some more. I mean, how many other things do you bang to get more? What did Yoda say when he wanted a fur coat? I forget. That's a really bad Star Wars joke. Speaking of space things, what's the best name for a planet? What? No, I like it better if I write this. It's so friendly if I say, what's a good name for a planet? Saturn. It has a nice ring. Almost there. We got like just a couple more. Okay. If universe equals unicycle, then that would explain a lot. Space joke. I should organize these too. If you get a diagnosis from Doctor Strange, do you need the second Doctor Strange to get a second opinion? I don't really understand that joke, but apparently there are two different Doctor Stranges. Here's an X-Men joke. What do X-Men drink when they have a tummy ache? Excelsior. Just moving on to the beer joke. What did the beer drinker say when he asked how he likes his beer? I like it brimming with joy, because beers have a brim. I really could have organized these into like space jokes and beer jokes and we're almost done jokes, because I swear we're all... How did the Ninja Turtles defeat Super Shredder? With peer pressure, because the pier collapsed on him. Really, really, really bad jokes. Is that it? That's the end of my jokes. Yeah, like I say, I should have organized them a little better. Oh, that was last week's joke portion. Let's see if I can pull out something out of my notes. Alright, so one more before we go. What did Jesus say when he saw an abominable phenomenon? That's parable. Just like the joke portion of the program. Thank you for putting up with this week's attempt at some humor. I hope it helped you start off your week in a good way. I hope you all take initiative for your week and make it a great one, because we all have the power to at least try. There's no guarantees that the week is going to be perfect, but if we put forth effort, it's that much more likely. And if we all do that, then we all have the opportunity to make great things. Like a Gemstone show on YouTube at 9 o'clock on Sunday evening. Oh man, I am so glad you all got to come by for the show. I wish I had a little bit better idea of what next week's show is going to be about, because the thing is, I've got this peridot and I've got this amethyst, and I need to cut both of those. Like, I need to actually spend the time cutting both of those things, but the problem is I can't use, like, I'm not going to have anything ready for the faceter by next week, so it's going to probably be something more along the lines of something that oh wow, that is a lot of grinding. Sorry about that, folks. It's going to be something like that. Basically something like that. It's going to be a show where I use the hand grinder. So I'm not exactly sure what we're going to get into. Should we cut the rose quartz? Chicha, we're cut like on the show next week, and I can't believe I missed the last 2 weeks. I am so salty about that, because not only did I miss green, where I have a lot of those colors, I also miss blue. That's my favorite color. How could I miss this week? It was blue this week. And Amazonite is both, if you notice, green and blue. Grf. So I think we're gonna do rose quartz or maybe lemon citrine. We should probably do the rose next week, because you can see it. It's gonna be nice. I'm not sure if I can finish out the big 5 ender next week. I think I'm actually gonna try and finish that one on the faceter. But maybe I can finish this chip out by next week, and we can make that one a little feature. We'll show you a little bit about that. If anyone has any questions about gemstones or wants to go ahead and promote anything from their channel, give me some ideas of what content you want me to check out. I'm really happy you all made it. I'm glad you guys came by for the joke portion. I'm glad you guys like them, because I mean, I just kind of think of something and it's like, oh, let's see, that's a little different, and so then I write down the joke, and then I'm like, okay, that adds content to the program. Which kind of takes me to that 2 non-doctors thing I was talking about that I'm going to be on this week. And I don't think I'm going to be on the show this week. I'm going to be, it's going to be recorded this week. But anyway, I'm kind of like, I really like how they talk about jokes. And so I'm hoping that maybe they can give me some advice for the jokes for the joke portion of the program. Who knows? Hey, Partly Cloudy made it. Partly, dude, if you're ever down to Cordova, give me a call. I'll drive on out and we'll hit the drag strip. I don't think I could take. You're like, oh, I can't get by saying it's just a little 302 anymore. Oh man, no, but dude, that's freaking awesome. Freaking working on your car, man. I hope it's going great, man. Actually, that reminds me. Let me know how your car is going. I hope it's doing pretty good. Hey, actually, Partly, come to think of it, I was thinking, Partly's never going to go live when he's working on his car again, because he's going to be like, I didn't get anything done. But this is what I would like, is just a little update once in a while. That's what you do. You post a little update. You're like, check out what I did to the car. That's what I should probably do, man, is post like a little update with my front camera, because I put a front camera on the car. I put like on the lower front end, down on the passenger side, I put a little a backup camera, but it's reverse, so it's the front side, and that way I can look at curbs and stuff. I don't really use it much, but it was kind of fun to put in, and the radio I have has the front camera option. So anyway, but dude, I could sit here and talk cars for a really long time. I love cars. Actually, I told Jeanette about that last week. I was like, I wanted to go for a drive, but I didn't go for a drive. But I really like going for a drive. It's a lot of fun. Oh, and that reminds me, I got a lot of big gems that I should be cutting, don't I? Because this is the lemon citrine you see me cutting there. I cut this piece apart down those 2 cracks. So really, we've got like 2 big gems here, and then this other big one here. So we need to get it cutting some big gems, By Easter time, we should have these 2 pieces ready. Wouldn't that be cool to have them ready? Because they're kind of Eastery colors, kind of pastel-y or something, as opposed to like this, the citrine or peridot. I don't know what stones they are this week. Apparently, I'm gonna have to change that card. Oh, why did I call it amethyst? Anyway, thank you all for coming by the show. I'm so glad you were able to make it. I hope you have a wonderful week this week. I'm probably going to use the saw a little bit more to finish this out. I don't know if we're going to be doing the lemon or the rose next week. It might be the sunstone with the little bits of copper in it. Either way, we'll see. We'll find out. We'll find out if I can click on the right thing next week and every week at 9 p.m. Eastern. Have a great week, y'all.